Oh, what's cracking?
What's cracking?
Hey, you listening in the car, on your run, on your walk.
On the toilet.
I was going to say the toilet, god damn it. Or in bed or whatever, or somewhere random that a spot that we can't think of.
In the break room on your lunch break.
If that's you, if you're in a random ass place, we would love to know what the random ass place is. You can write to us at what'scrackin@yahoo.com or Gmail, right?
Yeah.
Or hit look
Two
us up.
O's. O-H, what's crackin', I-N, @gmail.com.
That's
Or you can
so
reach
hard.
us on Instagram.
Instagram's easier, probably. Send us a message.
Yeah.
Oh, what's cracking?
What is crackin'?
What's cracking? We're watching 28 years later, the Bone Temple, the movie that nobody saw except for me and you.
But you need to see.
God damn, you guys need to see this fucking movie. Maybe we can give it life.
I'm telling you, like, this movie, like, I kind of, because of the things I've heard about it, I was like, and I was hesitant. I am so glad we watched this movie.
Well, see, because 28 years later came out, right? Like, and then 6 months later or something, not even a year, this movie came out. So it gave it no breathing room. Like, people saw it saw the title in theaters. It was like, oh yeah, we saw that already. We're good.
Yeah.
And it's like the same title too. So, and it's
just how they released it. They could have released it in a better way.
I mean, I get it. I think it released it 28 weeks later, like just to be like, I see. But nobody fucking saw it. Nobody saw it.
And you know what this got on Rotten Tomatoes?
What?
92.
Goddamn 92. You guys hear that?
92. And I 100% agree with this rating. I would give it higher if I could. Like, I really enjoyed this movie.
You, Ali, me, Saul. Welcome to the What's Cracking podcast. That was a pretty cool intro. Yeah, What's Cracking movies.
Yeah, so we're talking about the Bone Temple. If you have seen the movie before this was 28 years later, and then this is the sequel. So we're leaving off with Spike from the last movie. And he, at the end of the last movie, you know, he's starting with the Teletubbies type crew, Jimmy Crystal and his gang, the Jimmies.
Yeah, it's a totally different story, and this would be the fourth movie in an entry of, because it's 28 days later, 28 weeks later,
months.
No, and then
it
skips months and jumps to 28 years later. With Cillian Murphy was the first one. And
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow from the Batman and Oppenheimer.
And Red Eye, which you need to see.
He was in the first one, and that movie was directed by who?
Director
same
is
guy.
Nia DaCosta.
Yeah, it should be the same guy if I'm not mistaken.
It's production companies of Columbia Pictures, DNA Films, and Decibel Films. Runtime for this movie is 1 hour and 15 minutes. Went by really quick. I was entertained the entire time. It had a budget of $63 million. It has an R rating. And it also has a 7.3 out of 10 for IMDb. My dyslexia always wants to say IMBD, but IMDb.
Your dick.
Yeah. So, 2026 movie. We just saw it on streaming.
Yeah, it just came out on Netflix. We were supposed to go see this in theater because we should support movies like this.
Support theaters, but we kind of have
We have kids, dude.
Yeah,
we were supposed to see this in theaters.
There's so many movies out right now.
So yeah, but like the lower budget movies, because this nobody went to go see this movie, and this was supposed to be the second one of a trilogy, and just heard that they canceled the third one. So this is like, and it's clearly a 3-parter. Because it ends, and I don't want to spoil anything.
I want to say that they might pick up because they have to. There's no way.
They're not gonna make a movie when the other one didn't make any money. They probably didn't. They didn't make like half or something. I don't know about the numbers, but Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if this movie was filmed on an iPhone because the very first movie was filmed on a phone, and I know that 28 years later was also filmed on like an iPhone or some shit. I'm not sure about the Bone Temple because the Bone Temple is a direct sequel of 28 years later. Spoilers, because fucking 28 years later ends off on like a cliffhanger. You're like, what the fuck? I mean, but they
Oh,
did.
I'm so sorry. 28 Years Later was directed by Danny Boyle.
Danny
And
Boyle.
so different director of this, which I guess it kind of makes sense, but
That's
both
right.
good
Danny
movies.
Boyle. Yeah, I fucking should have known that.
Yeah. So yeah, 28 Years Later was Danny Boyle, and Nia DaCosta was the second one, and she was totally different.
Right. I never saw it 28 weeks later.
You haven't?
I've seen the first one. Never saw 28 weeks later.
I liked it. It's very. I like all of them. To be honest, all
28
good.
days later was also by Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle made the first one, and he made the third one. Yeah, so it is the same director
Yeah,
from the
but
first one, not
yeah.
28 weeks later.
yeah,
I've never seen that one.
I liked it. Honestly, I like all of them. I like all of them.
They're good.
They're all good in their own way. And this last one,
So 28 weeks later, I mean, god damn it, so confusing. 28 years later, the one with what's his name, Kick-Ass, Aaron Taylor Johnson or Thompson. That movie, remember when the trailer came out, everyone was like, "Oh my god, it looks so badass." It was like the most viewed trailer, and everyone thought that Cillian Murphy was the zombie in the trailer.
because he has a zombie looking
Yeah, because
he's got the
that
zombie eyes.
sucked up face, like he's like skinny and shit.
Yeah.
And or whatever. Everyone was fucking going nuts over the trailer, and the movie was like mixed reviews, but it was good. But people were like, "Oh, it wasn't what I expected. It wasn't that much zombie action. It was more of a fucking family story because
Yeah.
it was a kid and his dad, and then the mom. It was really fucking like
Yeah.
emotional. It was not your typical zombie film, but it was fucking good.
Yeah, but
like,
that's what I'm saying is each one of these movies is different in their own way, which is nice.
yeah, it was different. It was a nice, because it wasn't what is it, Dead Dawn of the Dead, when they're stuck in the mall. That's probably like my favorite zombie
Oh,
movie.
it's classic.
That shit
Yeah.
is awesome. uh it was nothing like that. I mean, same zombie vibes, and it's good to mix it up because otherwise you're just making the same fucking movie over and over.
And you know what I love about this movie is they do something really different that I have not seen in any zombie movies before.
What do they do? What did they do?
Am I spoiling this yet?
No, I'm just asking you. What do they do? Tell me.
Oh, I'm gonna spoil it if I tell you.
Oh, are we
You want me to
spoiling
spoil
it already?
Already? We still got more to talk about.
Okay, well, what did you
So first
It's
let's
kinda
get off some of the actors that are in it. I did not know. So Jimmy Crystal, the weird dude. You know who that is?
Billy Crystal's son?
No. Do you know Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal? He's one of
Yeah,
the bad guys
yeah,
in
the
this
main
movie. The main
bad
bad
guy.
guy. He's played by Jack O'Connell. Do you know who he is? You're gonna be shocked. He's Remick from Sinners.
Oh, is he the
It's
the
'cause
main
he's
guy?
blonde. He has long blonde hair in this.
Really?
And so we didn't even see it. Yes.
Oh, wow.
That's the main bad guy in Sinners.
That's awesome.
But now doesn't it make sense now?
Damn, that just makes
Because
this
in
movie more
Sinners
awesome.
in Sinners when he's doing that, he says something weird where he's talking about he's preaching about things from the
Praise
Bible
the Lord
and
and so he's got a different accent too.
yeah,
that's why.
but that I'm like, oh, it kind of makes sense now. But yeah, he has long blonde hair in Bone Temple, but in Sinners he's got the short black
Oh,
hair.
shit.
So it really threw me off, but that's him.
Wow,
Yep.
we just found this out,
I
dude.
just found this out. So, another really good actor in it. And I was reading about, so we went in 28 years later, the movie before this, there's the Alpha Zombie. And
He's got. It's kind of hard to spoil this movie. So if you're listening to this and you haven't seen the movie before this, it's gonna get spoiled because you can't just jump into this fucking movie.
you need to
You
go
had
see
to
28
have
years
seen
later.
the one before in order for it to make any fucking sense.
So in
So
the last
spoilers like a
one,
motherfucker.
I'm gonna just really quick just describe 28 years later as fast as I can without dragging too much time away from Bone Temple. But 28 years later starts off with a family, and one of the main characters is a little boy named Spike, and he has a mom, a dad, and his mom's really sick, and so Spike ends up going on this long journey with his mom because he's trying to get his mom to someone to look at. He's trying to get like a doctor or try to get her help because she's really sick and something's wrong with her. And he's like, we need to find help. And the dad's just kind of like, no. So Spike does end up finding this man, and he's a doctor and he's really smart. And he is played by Ralph Fiennes. I can't pronounce his last
Ralph
name.
Fiennes.
Yeah,
Ralph
he's
Fiennes. Voldemort himself.
Shh, we don't say that name.
Oh fuck! God damn it!
We don't say that name.
Sorry.
Guys, he said the name. But so his name in this movie is Dr. Ian what is it? It's
Ian McAvoy.
McKinnon.
Ian.
Yeah, sorry. It's Dr. Ian Kelson. It's Dr. Ian Kelson. So Spike takes his mother to Dr. Ian Kelson, and turns out, big spoiler, his mom has cancer. He's like, your mom has cancer. She's dying. And along the way of them, meeting the doctor, there's this alpha zombie, and he's like huge. He's huge. You're
He's a
throwing
big-
arrows at him, shooting at him. He's Predator style, just ripping heads off with the spine
He's
attached.
the leader of the zombie pack, and this was another buzz about it. Like when people were seeing it in theaters, the first one, 28 years later, they were like, "Oh, there's a big zombie dick in it. We gotta go see it. There's a big
Big
fucking
ol'."
dick, big ol'." He got a big old dick.
And I mean, you can't
It's
miss
huge,
it.
and you see a big.
He's just slapping people and other zombies in the face with it. That's just.
He looks like Maui from Moana, but naked and running at you and packing heat, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he is ripped and he is pissed. He's got red eyes. He's crazy. He even has this scream, just this, this terrifying yell. And so he's the alpha of the zombies. And it's in the movie, he's got this. I don't want to say girlfriend because they're not hugging and kissing like boyfriend and girlfriend, but he's got this pregnant zombie.
They be fucking. I don't remember if they were getting it on. No,
I don't think it really shows it, but there's a pregnant zombie.
There's a pregnant zombie,
and somehow I think she ends up dying or something like that. And Spike and his mom and she gives birth to this baby, and it's a healthy human baby. So this baby was carried by a zombie woman, but was born and totally normal. Wasn't a zombie baby.
that was
Not
a,
Dawn of the Dead.
Such a freak.
Yeah.
Freak thing, dude.
The zombie from Dawn of the Dead in the
Yeah,
mall.
it
Not
was
like this. Not like this. It's a normal human baby, and so the mom is like, "Okay, this is a healthy baby. We can't just leave it here. We got to take it." So they're running away from zombie alpha male dude who's ginormous. And they end up going to meet the doctor. And the doctor's got this fascination with this zombie alpha male that he gives him a name. He's like, your name is Samson.
Samson.
So he likes to study this out. He's a scientist. He's very smart. And he's studying Samson. And he puts these little darts of morphine in him.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes him just go to sleep. And it does show this in 28 years later.
He's not scared, dude. He burns a bunch of deceased people. He burns them all. And he uses all their bones to build monuments.
A bone temple. Yeah.
And he covers himself in iodine. So every time he's out and about, zombies run around, he's not scared. He's like, oh yeah, he looks crazy, dude, like a crazy man, but he's covered in iodine, so he looks kind of red, orangey blood almost.
Yeah.
And he says oh, it stops the disease from spreading or whatever. And he's just studying, dude. He's a doctor. And
very smart. Yeah, he's got his own bunker. This guy is always a step ahead of everything. And so Spike and his mom, they meet him, and he finds out his mom's dying. And so he ends up bringing the little baby. When his mom does die, the doctor, Ian, he boils his mother's bones and puts her up in the temple and everything. It's really sad. And Spike takes the little baby back to his village where he grew up in, and then they raise the baby. But then he kind of just goes on his own. I think he's been through enough trauma, and he's like, I'm going on my own. I'm not doing this anymore. And then it literally cuts off of 28 years later, where this like group of
the ending
weirdos.
is just like it's something out of like a Pulp Fiction, a comic book. Like,
they're almost doing these little karate moves, and they're
Yeah.
jumping around, and it's like 4 or 5. Some are women, some are men, and they're wearing like jumpsuits, and they all have like really shitty long blonde hair. And they don't really like introduce themselves a whole lot, but they remind you of like Ninja Teletubbies, I guess is the best way I
and
can
isn't
describe
there
it.
like a metal ass song playing, but it's a cover of the Teletubbies or something?
Yeah, it's something almost comical, and you're
That's
like, what?
fucking
And it
awesome,
cuts
dude.
out at that. So you're like
Yeah,
already like,
that's
oh,
the end.
awesome, because you're kind of excited for the next one. And so fast forward, this 20 Bone Temple starts off with Spike basically joining up with these guys. And this is where we're going to get into some spoilers. So Spike, these guys that he's the leader of these guys who plays Remick in Sinners, his name is, what is his name? I keep forgetting his name. He's so weird.
It's just Jimmy.
Jimmy, because
Sir
they're all
Jimmy.
Jimmys, but
They're
he's
all-
Lord Jimmy, so he goes by I am
Lord
Lord
Jimmy.
Jimmy Crystal. So he's the head guy, but all of his little minions are Jimmy as well. So they're just a bunch of weird people that go by Jimmy. But he, you can tell he's the leader. He's got like this crown on and tons
Sir
of
Jimmy.
rings and a gold chain, and they are psychopaths. So this poor kid Spike who is now Jimmy, is going along with this gang because he's a kid and he's just trying to survive. And it shows to them going to this farmhouse with this family, and they almost just let themselves in. And it just goes crazy. I don't know. So
Well, yeah, he just they're just wanderers, and it's him, and he's got his little clique, little gang, and he keeps saying, we didn't know what the fuck was going on. Maybe this is some like, I think they're from London or UK, whatever. He keeps saying, old Nick is telling us to give him charity and fix them and grab someone and give them charity. Old Nick says this, and old Nick and
Yeah.
Jimmy's follow me, Jimmy's whatever. Everyone's Jimmy or whatever. It's like a little stupid cult. We had no idea. I was like, what the fuck? These fools are fucking weird.
Yeah, we
Psychos,
were just
dude.
we were thinking. I the whole time, remember, I was like, oh, these guys are like ex-drug addicts or something. The way they're acting. But they kind of meet this family and they bombard themselves. They basically are like, oh, we're coming in and eating your food. Like, they're
just
they're
being
helping
dicks.
themselves.
They're like
rude. They're
gang.
intimidating too. So at first you could tell people are like kind of like, they're obviously crazy. So they're not, and there's a gang of them. So they're not just going to be like, oh yeah, get the hell out and start talking shit off the bat. So they're kind of like hesitant. And then, they're all sitting at the table and you could just feel the animosity like kind of rising. And one of the men from that house gets kind of heated because he starts acting weird. And so he
Yeah.
throws a pot of boiling water on them.
Yeah, and because there's a pregnant lady in the group, and he's like, run! So she runs away. The Jimmys, during that table scene, he's like, hey, Jimmy, and the girl Jimmy is like, get up and do the Teletubby dance, and he's describing the Teletubbies. It's almost like Quentin Tarantino-esque, like, yeah,
They
the
have
have
little
you seen-
TVs on the tums.
Yeah, you never heard of the Teletubbies. They have little TVs on their tums, and they dance, and they see themselves in the TV, and then within the TV, and they just dance. They're brilliant. And he's like, show them the Teletubby dance, and this skinny chick, Jimmy, skinny girl, starts dancing and starts doing the
I think he
Teletubby
calls her
dance.
Jimmy Mima or something.
Jimmy
Jemima,
Mima, yeah. He's just dancing, and shit's getting like heated, and she kind of stops, and he's like, keep dancing. She's
The whole
still
time this is
dancing.
going on, she's just dancing. Pot of boiling water gets thrown on him. I think she's even still kind of somewhat dancing.
Yeah.
And then he's like, get him. So the pregnant girl kind of somewhat gets away
Get
for
'em.
the time. You don't see her, but she dips out and they don't find her. and they kind of end up. It's I think it's two guys and a girl, right? It's two guys and a girl. It's three people
that they
that they have
capture.
that they capture.
Like
It's like three or four.
they capture four, and then there's the pregnant
Yeah.
woman.
So there's three
that's-
people that they end up capturing, and they're all kind of hung up in a barn, and they have like they're bound. They have their arms up.
Yeah,
and
get
they have
ready
gags
for,
on
ready,
their mouth.
ready for torture.
And this is where it gets really crazy. Is old Nick, what should we do? And what should we do? And he goes on this wild tangent. This Sir Jimmy Crystal, he starts like just running his mouth, and he goes, "Oh,
He's
I think
speaking
we
to me.
shall." What does
old
he say?
Nick. Old Nick wants us to. He picks. He
T-shirt
wants us
or
to
what?
take their shirts off, and each of the Jimmies gets a knife and goes up to them and like they rip their shirts off. There's
think
one
that's it?
one
Oh, okay,
one
maybe.
girl and three other dudes, and they start stabbing them and start peeling their skin off, and it's some fucking some
You know
saw
what? They
shit.
don't actually
They
show
don't
the
show
skin
it too much,
getting-
which
yeah.
is fine because then it would have been like borderline, like the movie Hostel. Like
yeah.
I don't like those
I'm kind of
movies.
glad they didn't do
Yeah,
that with this
it was
because it's
cool.
just
Like,
not fitting.
Let your imagination do the rest. It cuts out Spike dressed as Jimmy who goes outside, starts puking. Pregnant lady is up at top of the barn watching all this. No, her family, and they go back, or Jimmy comes back inside. Jimmy, they're all Jimmys. Spike goes back, and the leader, Sir Jimmy, who claims to be the son of old Nick, he says he picks one of the guys that still hasn't got his skin torn off, and he's like, "Oh, old Nick says you have to pick one of the Jimmys to fight, and if you win, you get to be part of the gang. The
You get to be a
Jimmies.
Jimmy.
You get to be a Jimmy." And he's like,
and you get to take his hair too.
"Yeah." So he picks the girl.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, all these Jimmys are wearing wigs. It turns out all this
Yeah, they look
stupid ass blonde
stupid.
hair.
It's
They're like
like-
Party City wigs. They look like shit.
They're dumb. It's like their costume. It's like a stupid
Joe Exotic.
toupee
haircut.
in the
Yeah.
front, and then the rest is just crazy crackhead.
Yeah, so
blonde
he
hair.
ends up picking the little skinny girl out of the
Teletubby
Jimmys.
dancer.
Yeah, and so he's like, "Oh, I pick her," and she ends up being fucking crazy.
She's good.
And
She's
so
good
they
at
get
fighting.
down, and she stabs him quite a couple times, and
Oh.
even just drags a knife along his arm, like just
This
brutal.
part was brutal, yeah, because he's shirtless, right? So he's like, I can take her, and he goes for like a swing. She grabs his arm, and she gets the knife, starts from
Filleting him.
the armpit and drags the knife all the way up to like the forearm, and you can see that part. It's fucking brutal. And yeah, she's on top of him getting ready to do the final blow, and all of a sudden she goes like, kittens meow, or fresh kittens. Like, what the fuck? So it turns out homegirl, pregnant from the top, she dropped one of those swinging hooks and got stuck to the back of her head. And from there, it just shit gets fucked up because the guy on the ground gets a propane bottle and sets it up, makes it into a flamethrower, burns
Sets
one of
everything ablaze,
the
yeah.
Jimmys, and shit's going crazy. And Sir Jimmy, the leader of the Jimmys, is like, "Get that fucking bitch, get her, go get her!" Like, wow, he's fucking going crazy. Shit's getting burned. Two of the Jimmys die. Two of them, yeah, two Jimmys are dead. The girl and the guy Jimmy. The Jimmys. Pregnant lady runs off. They're like all the barn's burnt down. He's all pissed. He tells Spike, "Here, go get her. Go get the pregnant girl. Here's the bow and arrow. Don't come back without her." He goes over to catch up to her. He lets her go. He comes back, and
He's like, "Oh, I killed her.
and
he's like,
clearly lying. He wouldn't hurt a fucking.
"You
fly.
didn't bring me her unborn child, or possibly her face. You couldn't
Yeah.
have cut her face off. You couldn't have cut her unborn child out of her stomach."
What would have been totally easy to do, and just bring me that back so you can show
Bring
some
me
proof.
another wig.
So and I think we skipped this part. Spike before he joined the Jimmies, he was fighting. He was doing a duel with one of the older kid Jimmies with
This is the
knives.
beginning. We're going way,
very
way back.
beginning, very beginning.
This is how he got into the Jimmies.
And he's getting punked. Like, clearly he's no match for this tall guy, but Spike pantsses him, and then picks up the knife and stabs it in his leg and his thigh. And the Jimmy pulls it out, and he starts squirting out blood, and he bleeds out. So he wins by pure luck. That's how he became Jimmy. That was in the beginning. So now after that they go search for the woman, right?
Jimmy the woman or
the pregnant
lady?
woman. They go search for the pregnant woman.
No, he like pretty much figures out like, oh, like she got away, and so he's like, you know what we should do, and one of the Jimmies, another girl Jimmy, she goes, we should have old Nick tell us what to do with him for his failure. Like, we should tell old Nick because I saw him earlier. And she's referring to that she's old Nick. She's referring to Dr. Ian. She sees Ian in this, like, she's kind of pissed. She walks off. And so while they're filleting these people inside the barn, she goes off and she's walking around and she looks off into the distance and she can see this giant bone temple. And she sees the doctor out there with Samson and they're kind of talking. And so she's like amazed. She's like, oh my God, this guy is like red. He's surrounded by bones. He is talking to an alpha zombie like it's his like pet.
Yeah.
Because Dr. Ian, this alpha, he can chill him out because he's giving him these shots. And so he's able to have these like bonding moments. And it's really cool because he's got this giant zombie on drugs and he's having like full on conversations with him. The zombie's not talking back, but he's just like, oh, I would give anything just to hear you talk. And he's really communicating with him. And so she catches a glimpse of that. And so in her head, she's thinking, oh, this is old Nick. So she tells Lord Jimmy, hey, I saw him today. And, Lord Jimmy's like,
old Nick.
You saw him.
You saw old Nick.
You saw my father.
Yeah. And so, like, what the fuck?
So she's like, I'll take you. And so she does. She takes them and they go on this like little walk and it's daytime now. And, she's talking about, she's like, there he is. And then he's like, I think that is him.
He's kind of like surprised and amazed. Like, what? He's like, yep, that's old Nick.
Yeah.
He's like, he clearly doesn't know who the fuck he is, but he's playing along with it. And this whole time, this is the doctor.
From 28 years later.
What's his name? Fucking Voldemort. Sorry. He's been tranking him with what is it? Not
morphine.
Meth. Morphine. Yeah, morphine. So as the alpha goes, is charging at him. He tranks him. And then a second time does it again, but the zombie is like getting smarter, like catching up, like, oh fuck. And eventually he tranks him and he starts chilling out and it calms him down.
It's so cool because you're seeing something that I haven't seen in any zombie movie where you have like, it's almost a scientist, like
almost trying to cure him.
I mean, it is kind of like if you go back to the old Dawn of the Dead movies, what was it, Bill? Or I can't remember that old zombie. It's an old zombie movie where they kind of have him like chained up and they're trying to get him to talk and they're trying to see if they can bring him back as a human. It's kind of similar, but a little bit different because he's not like that zombie. He's more like, he's in like this trance and he's just like staring into space and he's high as shit on morphine and he's just like, oh,
because you can see what you see through the eyes of the zombie and he sees a regular, not infected man. But through the eyes of the zombie, he looks like a demon, like, and he just goes like, oh, and he starts fucking him. Like, he tears his head off, Sub-Zero fatality style, fucking.
So you're seeing like a weird perspective of a zombie, which I have not seen in a serious zombie movie. Anyway, I know we're talking about Warm Bodies, but
Warm Bodies,
this is
dude,
like
we saw that in Warm Bodies.
Serious, like you're seeing it from his eyes of what he's seeing, and it reminds me a lot of what they say about rabies, and So yeah, you're seeing that he's seeing like angry, pissed off, like zombies, and he's going off of fight or flight, and he's just going rage mode, seeing red and killing people. And so it's like his mind is quiet now, and he's starting to, like, you see through his eyes, and he's seeing bits and pieces of his, like, childhood, and,
Yeah.
like, remembering what a train was and everything.
He
And
he legit has a memory of him being a
yeah,
kid because he sits down in a train and he starts seeing all these people looking at him, and he's like, he remembers when the lady asked him like, ticket, ticket please, and it goes back to him as a big huge zombie. And but there's
clear as day.
zombies surrounding him. They're like, what the fuck, bro? Like, are you not one of us? Like, what the fuck? And he's like, I don't have a ticket. And the zombies freak out and they start fucking going after him. But since he's the alpha, he's huge.
And
He's Mr. Big
huge.
Dick.
Yeah.
He's got a big hammer. He starts fucking him up. Just
Dick slapping
never
him
seen
and throwing him out the window.
never seen a zombie on zombie fight before, dude. This is like Blade, dude.
Yeah.
Blade, half vampire, fighting other vampires.
He
But
is the
this was
Blade of zombies.
This was zombie, dude. That shit was fucking cool. But anyway, he's become friends with the Dr. Ian.
But throughout all this stuff going on,
Jimmy
he
shit is
just
going on, too.
disappears for a little while. And you don't see Samson for a while, and so we're back to the Jimmies. They're showing up with Dr. Ian, and he goes, and Lord Jimmy goes, okay, I'm gonna go talk to old Nick. You guys need to stay here. He's only gonna want to talk to just me. He's gonna be upset if you guys come down. So I'm gonna go talk to him first. And so it shows Lord Jimmy going down, and he's kind of like walking up on Dr. Ian. He's just sitting there minding his own business, you
Who
know.
the fuck is old Nick?
You know, he's just chilling with his little morphine darts, getting high. And so Lord Jimmy, he goes up to Dr. Ian. He goes, Dr. Kelson, he goes, hey, are you old Nick?
Old Nick?
And he's like, no,
No, dude. I'm Ian, son.
I'm Ian. And then he's like, you are you sure? Because old Nick is a trickster. He's known for his tricky ways.
He's a tricky one.
And then, you know, Dr.
I ain't
Ian,
falling
he's
for that
smart.
shit.
So he's looking at him, and he's kind of like, what is this guy thinking? And then he starts asking him questions. And it turns out that old Nick, they're referring to old Nick as Satan. And so he's like, I forgot how he kind of goes,
He's like, Satan. I was like, I can see how you could be confused with the bones and all or whatever.
yeah, and he's covered in red, which is iodine. Well, he's orange, but he
Yeah.
looks red. He's like, I look red. I'm surrounded by bones. I suppose I could look like the devil, you know?
Yeah, it's like, so you're not. And he's like, oh God, for a minute there, I thought you were my because he was like almost because
He like trauma dumps on Ian. Like it's like
Yeah.
almost like a psychiatrist. Ian's just like getting him to open up because he's smart, and he's kind of like, and so Ian's or Lord Farquaad, whatever, Lord Jimmy Crystal, he's like unloading all his like trauma on Ian, and then it's like he kind of is starting to realize like, hey, I kind of like this guy. And so he's like, okay, well, I'm in a bit of a pickle. So my friends up there, they think you're the devil, and they need to believe it, or else I'm going to have to cut your intestines out and feed them to you. And obviously Ian's like, well, I don't want that. So he's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll go along with your stupid plan.
Yeah.
And this coolest thing I have ever seen in my life happens. So he gets the Jimmies to come down. Fast forward, it's like nighttime. And you see, like, he's starting to prep for all the Jimmies to come by. And he's got to convince all these Jimmies that he's the devil. And he puts on
But the way
coolest...
he tells them, he's like, hey, can you tell them like that you are real, just so I can keep doing my thing, you know, so I can still boss them around and do whatever.
Yeah.
It's almost like in high school or in the playground is like, hey, these guys are coming over. Can you tell them that I do really have the Charizard Pokemon card, that you've seen it? Because I told them that I have it, but I don't really have it. Hurry, they're coming over right now. Tell them. I'll give you $10. It's like it reminded me of that.
I'll bring you lunch for...
I'll let you borrow Ocarina of Time later.
I'll give you my snack packs just every day for a month.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, okay, fine,
He's
okay,
like,
fine.
cool deal.
And so it's like fast forward, it's like nighttime, and you see like Ian, he's getting all ready and trying to, you know, do all this cool stuff to put on this like performance for the Jimmies. And so all of them come down.
He finds a record of Iron Maiden, the number of 666, number of the beast.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh God, this is going to be corny. But
It was surprising.
It was surprisingly
so
entertaining.
It's so cool. So all the Jimmies come down and they're all like chilling. And they're like looking around and they're like, oh, whoa. And you just see this giant shrine of bones. And he's got all these lanterns around it. He even has like an upside down wooden cross that he decorates.
He decks it out
He's
hard.
got like this shrine. And then out of nowhere, you just hear the intro to that song going on.
Yeah, there's
and
like
it's
a speech.
echoing.
Yeah,
you know, it's the intro to that. I can't remember it, but it's that
a
creepy
dad
intro.
song, dude.
And it's like, the number of
The number
beast.
of
And it's
the
echoing throughout the bones, and it's just like quiet.
I lived alone. My mind was.
And then you just see the Dr. Ian, he's like, just like doing this creepy crawly thing, like as a shadow around the bones.
He looks like Voldemort again.
Yeah, he's
It's
even got
cool.
like makeup painted on his face, and he's got like blacked out eyes. He's got like a duster jacket
And
on.
he's singing
Looks
along
metal
to
as
the song.
shit.
He's singing along to it.
And then he does this cool drop with some fire, and he makes this giant fire ring around this like bone temple.
And he goes up to all of them and blows some sort of hallucinogen
Like cocaine or
some
something like
shit.
that. Yeah. And so he goes up and he's like blowing this shit in their
Everyone
face, and they're all
starts
rocking
dancing and
out,
shit,
he's
yeah.
dancing all crazy. He's got like flame tricks and everything, and they're like loving it. They're just like,
They're like,
and you see
"Yeah,
Jimmy, Lord
oh,
Jimmy, he's
man,
just like,
yeah."
I told you, but
Like, look, that's my dad. That's my dad.
And so he's like, and when
Dark
it's all
Lord and Savior.
done, he's just like, hello, Father, and I can't quite remember
He's like,
what
Neil, my son.
or no, he's like, Neil, not you, my
No,
son.
not you, my son.
You stand up, you stand up.
You're my
And he's
son.
like, ah.
He's like, all right, cool. He's like loving it, dude, playing along with his shit. And I guess I just looked it up. Old Nick is an old-fashioned saying,
Probably from, like,
British English nickname for the devil or Satan.
Huh.
And I didn't know that at all. We probably sound stupid. I know we have a listener in the UK. He's probably like, you dumb fucks.
You
It's the
fucking
devil. You cunts. Oi, cunts.
These fucking cunts
He all
don't know
writes
about
to
old
us.
Nick.
I hope someone writes to us like that. Hey, cunts. You guys were pissed.
I'm sorry.
Y'all were pissing me off the whole fucking episode. You didn't mention them up until 37 minutes in.
I had no idea. But then, oh yeah, our dumbasses were like, oh,
Like,
he did have an
the
upside
devil.
down cross
Yeah.
on his.
Yeah, because fucking,
How did we just notice that?
I think I noticed it, but I didn't think much of it. I was like, whatever, dude. This movie makes... It's the apocalypse. Nothing makes sense. Probably made up his own fucking religion. That's what I thought.
I was too like, where's Samson the whole time?
Samson.
I'm like, I don't care about the Jimmies. I just kept going, where's Samson? I want to see more Samson.
Yeah.
But it was like so cool. And after he's done doing his little performance, he's like talking to them and everything. And he's like, so Father, you give me the blessing to disembowel and
So I can go fuck off and keep torturing people and doing my thing. And these motherfuckers can have to listen to me no matter what I say, right? Or otherwise they will meet your wrath, right? And he's like, yes. And I can fucking, jerk off all over their faces and this and that. And like, yes. He's just making up his own
and
fucking
as he's
rules.
saying
Like
yes,
on the playground.
he looks over to one of the people of the Jimmies, and they all have masks on. But he looks over to one of the people, and he looks in the eyes of this like little Jimmy sitting there, and
Little Spike.
and he knows Spike because, like I said, he knows Spike from the previous movie. He helped, his mother and everything, so he knows Spike. And he looks, and you could just tell he's like, oh.
And he's like,
he goes and takes the
"Potter,
mask off.
Is that you, Potter?
Yeah, he walks up to him, he takes the mask off, and he goes, Spike. And so he kind of has this idea, and he looks over at Lord Jimmy, and he goes, hi, my son. You know what you need, or I know what one more thing you can do before you leave. And he's like, what?
He's like, don't.
This wasn't part of the plan, what?
He stays here. He's like, no, I don't think so. And he's like, you know what? A sacrifice is in order. He's like, sacrifice who? And he's like, you know how Jesus was the Son of God,
died.
and he sacrificed himself, and he was crucified to save all of the Jesus story. And he's like, well, you being my son of the devil, we must do the same. And he's like, what the fuck?
And might I add, he just put on this like really convincing, badass performance.
Yeah.
So the other Jimmies are like, this is Satan right here. This is Satan.
Yeah.
So
and
they're looking at him like, oh.
he's like, so who's gonna crucify me? And he's like, them. And then the girl starts charging him, and is like, yeah, they're all like hesitant. And he's like, no, don't do it. And
You're
just
telling me this old shit here is Satan? You really believe that?
one stab after another. Old Jimmy, Sir Jimmy stabs the doctor. The girl stabs Jimmy, and then I forget.
The girl stabs one of the Jimmies, and then
Sir Jimmy.
Yeah.
And they all fall, and
the only remaining people is one Jimmy, the girl, who actually kind of wasn't that bad. She was the one that was kind of helping out Spike throughout the way, and she started catching on to, there's this part where she's like, I feel like this Lord Jimmy's kind of full of shit. Spike's just like, you think?
Really?
Really? I'm 9 years old and I could tell you that, dumbass. So, like, she ends up killing one of the Jimmys. Spike kills the other Jimmy. The doctor's kind of laying on the floor. He's starting to die. And, and it's just sad. And so the one Jimmy's like, you know what? Like, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, that wound, you're dead. Like, you're not going to survive that. But I can do one thing for you to make you feel better. And so she nails that guy to the cross just like he wanted the sacrifice. And
so he nails him upside down on an upside down cross. And so he's upside down Jesus style, but, upside down. And they just leave his ass there and they walk away. And as he's upside down, he sees Samson walking up, the big fucking zombie with the big dick. And he's kind of like he's kind of hallucinating, but so Samson is all big and buff, and he has big horns. So he sees the devil as he's dying, which was awesome. It was a satisfactory ending for that guy, because the whole time you just want this fucking guy to get his. And you're like, God, I hope it's the
biggest douche.
Yeah, and it's like this little fucking this twat, this cunt,
this fucking cunt.
So yeah, man, that was Dr. Ian dies, and they go off. The girl, Jimmy and Spike, they're going off. They introduce themselves as they're walking away, and as they're walking away, it's like 3 weeks later or 28 days later or some shit. And it cuts to Cillian Murphy, which was, I didn't know he was going to be in this. And he's living in a cabin teaching a little girl. I'm not sure if she's from the first one.
Yeah, I was trying to remember
we haven't seen the first one in such a long time, but he's teaching her. And all of a sudden they
That's
start
his daughter. I think
screams.
he ends up hooking up with a woman. One of the girls from that one.
Possibly so.
She's a badass in that. And I think that's the daughter of them, too.
They hear screams. They go outside. It's like, it's people. There's two people running. And it's them two running towards them. And zombies behind them. And the girl's like, oh, are we going to help them out? And it's like, yeah, of course we are. Take their guns. And it's over. Clearly set up for a fucking number 3. But you guys didn't go fucking see it. And we didn't go see it. God damn it.
Oops.
But maybe we could still show it some love. Go rent it and watch it, or watch it on Netflix, or
watch it. Tell your mom, tell your family, tell your friends.
Gather around, everyone. Gather around all the Jimmies to watch.
Like I said, my favorite part of this whole movie is the relationship between the doctor and this
Samson.
alpha Samson. Because there's one scene where he's like kind of about to kill Samson. He's like, I'm gonna
give you
eternal peace. And as he's about to give him this shot, Samson goes, moon. And he's just like, what?
He's like, holy shit.
What did you say? And then, he ends up, and he has this idea. He's like, hey, what if this virus is all like almost like rabies? Like it's a psychological thing, and you just need something to kind of chill the brain out. And he gives him like this new medicine because he's looking at, I think, was it naloxone? He's looking at naloxone and stuff like that, and he's like looking through all these journals, and he's like, oh, Samson, take this pill. And it's like it worked.
Yeah, he gives him medicine to treat psychosis, so he stops seeing things. That's how he kind of gets better.
Yeah.
And he doesn't come back, and he's like, well, I gave you peace. I hope I gave you, because he doesn't come back until the very end. But I guess, I don't know, it's left open. Who knows, like if in the third one Samson would have regained his humanity back. But I mean, this motherfucker is eating brains halfway through the movie. But yeah, that was 28 years later. The Bone Temple, the Bone Temple, and it was
Bones
good.
and all.
It was good. It's a good watch. It's
10 out of 10 for me.
It's a shame that it wasn't. It didn't make that much money because we probably won't see the conclusion of this unless, I don't know, maybe there's a comic book version of it or some shit, which is what happens to a lot of these movies. Yeah. Thank you for listening, and check us out on Instagram and hit us up on emails. I've been Saul,
Allie.
and she's been Allie. And this is Oh What's Back in News. Thank you.